Good morning, everyone. I hope you all had a restful evening and are ready for an inspiring morning together. Great. So this morning's session will be a case story session. So 4 presenters will tell us how eTwinning has supported their school leadership and helped them bring about positive change. So our first case study speaker joins us from Catalonia, Spain. Fina is a general head teacher of 2 schools covering primary, secondary and vocational education. She's been an eTwinning ambassador since 2010, and her case story looks at how eTwinning can turn leadership into transformation, empowering teachers, engaging students, and building a strong European learning community. Please welcome Fina to the stage.
Hello, good morning, and thank you, first of all, for inviting me to come here. And let me explain you the experience that we had in our school, since I am the school leader and also the eTwinning ambassador there. As she said, we are placed in a small town in Catalonia. It's a small primary school. And from 2010, I am an eTwinning ambassador, and we have been reaching several different achievements thanks to the school transformation along the years. Let me start with the starting point is that at the beginning, the school leadership was centralized. It was not distributed. Students learn, but they were not active agents, and families were not very well involved in the school, just almost nothing. Apart from that, we wanted a real change in our school. We wanted to become a resilient school by sharing opinions, by seeking feedback and involving the school community. And what we decided to do is to start with creating or designing a school action plan with a vision, with a mission, clear objectives, strategies, and also facing the key assumptions that there are some of them. Sometimes the time, sometimes the teachers that do not want to follow but they want to pull backwards, but facing also and sorting out the difficulties. Once the action plan was created, eTwinning became the seat of change. This became the action plan became the roadmap for shared leadership and transformation, and eTwinning. Through the eTwinning projects, we could start transforming the school by creating some leading teams, by inviting experts from local experts, regional experts, and even European experts. We encourage debate and cooperation, inviting families, students and teachers at the same time, talking and tackling different school items. Apart from that, we encourage everyone to participate and to join projects. We started, as I am an eTwinning ambassador, I could organize a couple of teacher training courses, internal courses in the school. And this was very relevant for all the staff because they gain confidence in digital terms, but also at European level. Apart from the courses, what we decided to do is to introduce co-teaching, 2 teachers at the same time in the same class, not only to help the special needs students, that yes, but also to see, to learn and to share with the other teacher how the classroom, how the lesson, how the eTwinning project is being developed, how we collaborate with the European partners. Giving value to the other teachers' initiatives and pushing them to make a step forward and to start with their own eTwinning projects, and empowering them and giving them all the support and help they need to start step by step. So eTwinning, as you can see here, was the real context to start a shared leadership and to work in collaboration teams. Because at the beginning, many years ago, there were very few leading teams in our school. Nowadays, all the teachers belong to a small leading team. And this small leading team has a mission, has a vision, and clear objectives to follow. They feel empowered and they act and they feel active agents of the school decisions, of the school leadership. As you can see, there are several ones. One small leading team about Erasmus and eTwinning, another one about SDGs, psychopedagogic reading and library, and so on. So these teams made the collaboration our school culture. And later on, we made a step forward and we jumped into the Erasmus world, but without leaving eTwinning, because eTwinning has been the opening door to enter to the Erasmus Plus projects. In 2022, we got the Erasmus accreditation, and with Erasmus accreditation, we are following 6 strategic goals, which are improving the digital and communicative skills of students and also teachers, from inclusion to European identity and innovation and new methodologies. Let me tell you that all the Erasmus projects go on with an eTwinning project. At the moment, the teachers have the opportunity to travel abroad for job shadowings, for courses, and from learning from other colleagues, European colleagues. And when they return back to school, we organize an Erasmus and eTwinning morning where the teachers who have lived these experiences can share their learnings, can share their experience with other teachers, and this helps the whole staff to get motivated and ask, can I go abroad again? Can I go abroad for my first time? And this creates a warm environment in the school. They feel like they are as important as everyone, and they can give their seat to the school to grow the school in a more positive way. As you can see here, these sessions spark new ideas and improvement proposals for the next year. Our projects have grown beyond the classrooms because some of them, for example, the SDGs Action, is a project that we did with Erasmus and eTwinning, and nowadays it's fully integrated. The SDGs are fully integrated in the school curricula. All the teachers of the school, from the kindergarten to the 6th level of primary, are working and developing the SDGs in their school curricula. Green Week is another example that it has become an example of that this event, this project has been set up in the school. Every year in November, when we celebrate the European Week of Waste Reduction, it is about 25th of November, as you know, we celebrate the Green Week. This started with an eTwinning project, and now it is an event celebrated with the whole school community, inviting families, of course, students and teachers. And sometimes we spread this to the local level and even to the European level. Because when we started with this project, more than 20 European schools were involved on it. And they are, some of them are still doing it. Another thing that is a good example to tell you that the whole school transformation is through projects is that from time to time we organize an interdisciplinary project at the school where all the teachers of the school are participating in that project with another European school. One example is Traditionalia, that we run this project with Italy, and We Are PAS, we run this project with France. And different activities at different level were organized, but all the school community was involved on that. And apart from that, we opened a STEAM lab thanks to the experience that we have seen from other European partners. We are talking about teachers, but we cannot forget to talk about students because they are also a very important agent of change. When you see that the students become teachers of teachers, they gain in empowerment and they feel so motivated and they understand the real sense of participating in these kind of projects. Sometimes when I run some eTwinning courses for Catalan educators, I invite my students, with the permission of the families, of course, to come and to tell the teachers what they are doing, what they are learning, how they do the tasks, which ICT tools they use, and the educators realize that this can be possible and that they can bring these projects to their schools. Apart from that, we give them voice to when they participate in the municipality children's council. We had the opportunity last year in Norway to participate in an European, in the Norwegian council, and they feel that their voice is listened, they can share ideas, and they can feel part of the community. Apart from that, another good experience that we have is that at the end of the school year, we organize the International Projects Afternoon. All the teachers, all the families, and all the students gather together in the local theater, and the students present their projects. But not only present their projects, they ask for parents' participation, they involve them in interviews, and they even are the runners of roundtables, asking them about or talking about learning, innovative, and good practices. And we cannot forget as well the families. Families as also part of this school transformation. We take them in count when we want to do some changes in the school. We ask them, we share opinions, we ask them to come and join the projects, and they take part in some key events, such as the International Projects Afternoon or the farewell Erasmus dinners, and many other occasions. We try to keep our families in mind all the time. Well, as a result, I think that we are achieving, or we are building, a strong sense of belonging, empowering teachers, engaging learners, and having active families. Leadership, as you can see, is distributed, is not centralized. And last but not least, let me tell you that this kind of work has its own recognition, receiving the European quality labels, or the renewal of the eTwinning school label, or when we got the UNESCO school distinction, and so on. So transformation becomes transformation becomes visible when collaboration turns into recognition. I think, and I suppose that everyone agrees, that shared leadership is not about losing control, it's about empowering others to lead change. In our case, eTwinning has been the bridge that made this possible in our school, connecting teachers, engaging students and families all across Europe. I am running out of time. This is the last question I would like you to ask and to keep for yourself. What small action could you take through eTwinning or to inspire transformation in your school? Thank you very much, and I hope that it helped you to think about that and to go back home with a good idea. Thank you.
Thank you, Fina, that was great. Our next case speaker is Marko Bracovic from Croatia. Marko is head teacher of elementary school Lovas and a literature and language teacher. He'll come here today to tell us how we turn challenges in a small rural school into opportunities through eTwinning, creating a culture of trust, well-being and collaboration. So thank you, Marko.
So, morning everyone. First, I would like to thank the Central Support Service and the Turkish NSO for organizing this event. Could I have applause for them? I'm sure you're enjoying these 2 days and you have learned a lot, so thank you that you are thinking about head teachers, not only teachers and ambassadors. It's very important to engage head teachers in this kind of events and workshops. Thank you for that. So, let's begin. When I came in 2008 as a teacher of Croatian language and literature to a small rural school in the eastern part of Croatia, I've decided from very beginning to focus on the possibilities and advantages of working in a small school instead of its challenges and limitations. Being a teacher in that time seemed very simple, interesting and motivating to me. But however, I realized that there was another side to the coin. I soon felt a lack of support from colleagues, a lack of understanding and enthusiasm, as well as limited opportunities for my professional development. After 8 years of working in school, I realized that being a teacher is like a walk in a park, but that park is Jurassic Park. Full of obstacles and dangerous dinosaurs. The students were becoming more and more demanding with each new generation. Parents and the community had unrealistic expectations, and frequent curriculum and education system reforms resulted in an increase of administrative work. That is when I discovered the eTwinning platform, and it became my window to the world. I have joined various projects and got a fresh wind in my sails. New motivation, new friends, new peers, energy and knowledge needed to work with new generations of students. Everything I learned thanks to eTwinning, I decided to use and share with my colleagues when I became a head teacher of my primary school. So, being a head teacher seemed really easy to me. It seemed like riding a bike. I decided to run for the position of head teacher because I believed it would give me opportunity and directly manage the processes in the school, change some established habits, improve the school's work, overnight. Being a principal or head teacher had always seemed easy to me, and I thought that logical and obvious changes would be acceptable for everyone. However, I realized that things cannot be changed overnight. It takes a lot of patience, knowledge, and determination to transform long-established ways of working and managing a school. Yes, I felt like I was burning, and I was on the edge of burning out. Again, I turned to the eTwinning community for help. I decided to seize the opportunity to allow the spirit of eTwinning to flourish in my school through shared responsibility, inspiration, and leadership. I didn't want to be reflected only in the numbers of projects, teachers, or students involved. I wanted the values promoted by eTwinning, like collaboration, openness, digital skills, professional development, and European values to become part of our everyday school life. To succeed in that, I had to put out some fires. And there is a connection with the firefighters in the title of my case story. So, there were lots of challenges. As head teacher, we are often facing difficulties in delegating tasks and responsibilities effectively. From the beginning of my head teacher mandate, I didn't want to be responsible for everything in the school. I wanted to teach my staff and my teachers to participate in every school activity, so I gave them clear tasks for which they would take responsibility and have the courage to make decisions independently without needing my approval. In this way, I wanted to encourage their initiative. I wanted them to start noticing on their own what could be done, how it could be done, and why it would be good for us to do it. There were conflicts between teachers, students, parents, and school leadership due to differences in communication styles, values, and of course, expectations. We live in a time when everyone is entitled to their own opinion. And no matter how misguided it may be, some people presented it as if it were a fact. Finding a way for teachers to communicate with one another respectfully and thoughtfully without being influenced by every ideological difference has proven to be a significant challenge. Unlike some previous generations who prioritized stability and clear hierarchy, Gen Z employees often seek flexible schedules, remote work options, and balance between professional and personal life. Leading employees from this generation requires understanding of their needs and embracing work models that are new to the school environment. This means reducing the frequency of daily meetings and communicating clearly and efficiently through digital channels, emails, and social media apps. It also involves simplifying procedures and allowing them as much flexibility as possible in organizing their workday. Although I respect their working hours and assigned duties, I try to lead by example and show them that teaching isn't just about the task scheduled for the week or the day. It often involves additional responsibility that aren't paid, but still need to be done to keep the school running smoothly. As school employees, we and the teachers, we are increasingly feel the pressure from our surroundings. More and more is expected of us, and we often end up taking the roles of parents, psychologists, social workers, police officers, doctors, nurses, and even lawyers. The many roles we play as teachers and head teachers can lead to burnout, as it is impossible to meet all the expectations placed upon us. As a head teacher, I have my priority to protect teachers as much as possible from unrealistic expectations from the community, but also from the demands of education system and our education ministry. How did I manage to pull out all the fires and overcome all the challenges? The management system and model I've seen in eTwinning schools served as an example that I used to help overcome challenges. I encourage teamwork and clearly defined responsibilities to help distribute the workload and strengthen trust within our school community. By structuring roles clearly and making sure everyone understood their contribution, I was able to help the school operate more efficiently. Through collaborative leadership, I empowered staff members to take ownership of their tasks, which improved motivation and accountability. Teachers set the school annual work plan. They develop the curriculum and have the freedom to organize extracurricular activities. My only role is provide them with support, funding, and guidance that can help them carry out their plans more successfully. Everyone in the school needs to have their own role, their own small task, and everyone can contribute something, no matter how small it may look to you, but you have to ensure that the daily work runs smoothly and successfully. Although the law places all responsibility on me as a head teacher, I try to step out of the spotlight every time I can. I want all the attention to be focused on the teachers who have completed a project, organized an activity, because I want them to be the center of recognition. This approach makes them feel more motivated, sparking new ideas and giving them the energy to continue their work. I found myself in the role of someone who pulled the strings behind the scene, offering experience, help, and guidance. A healthy school culture depends on the well-being of the head teacher, of course, but also the teachers, staff, and the students. I try to promote a supportive atmosphere that encourages balance, empathy, and mutual core. My door is always open. Teachers don't need to schedule an appointment to discuss anything that's on their minds. I try to offer emotional support for personal challenges, dealing with illness, and concerns about the future. I encourage them to prioritize their well-being and health. And at school, I have created a dedicated space and time for breaks. A place where they can enjoy a coffee, have a free meal, and prepare calmly for their next lesson. Maintaining clear, open, and timely communication with employees is essential for effective school management. I use digital tools, messaging platforms, and regular online in-person meetings to ensure that information flows smoothly. Transparent communication minimizes misunderstandings and helps create a culture of cooperation and mutual respect. In a society that often fails to recognize the importance of teachers and also head teachers and undervalues their work, I believe it's crucial for us as the head teachers to express our gratitude and appreciation for the teacher efforts. Whenever you do it through public recognition, personal thank you notes, or opportunities for advancement, expressing gratitude helps sustain motivation and reinforces a sense of belonging within the school community. I always try to find a way to buy a gift, make a compliment, or share their achievement on my own social media platforms and profiles. Those little things matter to them, and through them, you show that every one of your employees is really important to you. Today, teachers are expected to take on multiple roles and meet numerous demands. To help them succeed, it's essential to shield them from unnecessary pressures and unrealistic expectations. By clearly defining the school's priorities and communicating realistic goals to parents, local authorities, and the wider community, I help create a balanced understanding of what teachers can reasonably achieve. It's important for me to advocate for teachers, emphasizing their efforts, professionalism, and the challenges they face. I make it a point to carefully study the frequent reforms in our education system before deciding to get involved in any kind of projects. I want to ensure that teachers' daily work is as meaningful and coherent as possible. I encourage them to use new teaching methods and approaches that truly make a difference, rather than those that are now simply trendy or in the public spotlight. All of these steps helps foster a sense of unity within the school, and I often paraphrase a line from Ridley Scott's movie Gladiator. Whatever comes through the school doors, whatever challenges we face, we have a much better chance of overcoming them if we stick together. So, the organizers of today's case story presentations limited me to just 6 or 7 slides, so I couldn't show everything I wanted to. You'll have to take my word for it. This really is what my work as head teacher at my school looks like. Before my closing remarks, take a look at these photos from my school, which demonstrates how, through the values of eTwinning, we can build strong communities that are truly prepare students for the challenges of the future. And in the conclusion, let's come full circle and revisit the connection between our work and that of firefighters. The fires I've put out, the challenges we've overcome over the years, and those are now behind us, they can flare up again. Don't be the one constantly extinguishing fires. Teach others how to prevent them and stop them in time, before the fire reaches you. If you're always putting out the fires, you won't have the time to build a vision that you had for your school when you first became head teacher. Being a head teacher or being a fighter is really noble role. But what we truly need are more visionary head teachers. Thank you for your time and for your attention. No questions.
Okay, thank you, Marco, for that inspiring case study. Okay, now we'll move to our third speaker. Our third speaker is Edith Salva. She joined us from Latvia and is a doctoral student in educational sciences at the University of Latvia, an educational methodologist and eTwinning ambassador. Edith will share with us today her experience of Good Deed Bingo. This is an inspiring project promoting kindness, shared responsibility, and active citizenship. So over to you, Edith.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Marco, for the great talk. I'll have to try and keep up with you. So, as I was introduced, I'm an educational methodologist in my school. I also do a lot of international projects. That includes eTwinning and Erasmus+. And I'm going to talk today to you about a project that started a different approach to eTwinning projects in our school. So we do a school-wide eTwinning project that we connect with the topic of that year of our school. And This project was started 5 years ago. This is the 5th year, and it's currently active. So if anybody will like the idea, it's still possible to join it this year as well. And I'm going to go and tell you about the project. The idea of the project is that we want our students to be more partaking in the school activities, to be more supportive of each other. And we're also searching, as many of you said, ways to connect with local community, with parents and with organizations that we have in our region. And so this project sort of tries to pull all of these priorities together, and also aspires to involve new teachers who never tried eTwinning, because for this project we have this year two coordinators that do all the technical things, while the teachers get to do what they do best. They work with kids and carry out project activities. And so the work process of the project contains 4 main steps. First of all, we have students from all the countries joining the project that year, share the good deeds that they would like to accomplish. And I will later show you some examples of these good deeds, but they are very varied. Then we have them choose 18 good deeds for every year, and we create a bingo game of good deeds. And we used to start this project in November. For the last 2 years, we started in October because the students and the teachers were complaining that they would love to do more, and 1 month isn't enough. We do it up to Christmas, and as you know, December is usually a month where you have a lot of opportunities to engage in charity, and this is what our students also do through the school activities. Once we start doing the good deed bingo, usually it looks like the class teachers or the subject teachers that carry out the project have the printed version of the bingo game attached to their walls somewhere in the classroom, and then they tick off the good deeds that they've done as a class, individually, as a group with their parents, or maybe as inter-class groups in our school. And they try to hit bingo, so either across or different directions. Some of the classes are particularly invested, and they want to do all the good deeds. We have classes like that and teachers like that too, but it's not obligatory. The idea of the project is just to do as much good as we can together with our partners throughout the project. So once students have done the good deeds, they share the good deeds. We have an online wall where they add pictures and short stories of what they've done. And the idea here is not to brag, but to really inspire others by showing what can be done and how these things can be done. We've also organized online meetings for our students where they tell about the good deeds that they've done, about the impact that it's had. And we also have online workshops where students show and teach each other how to make ornaments, or how they write letters, or how they pack the gifts for the nursery homes and other kids. And we also started last year a pen pal movement. So we have students who write to each other about the good deeds that they've done, that they're planning to do. They ask questions, they introduce themselves, etc. And so the result for this project is really the good deeds that we've done, but also this good deed bingo game, and we share this game in the local community. It's always published in the newspaper, and we ask our local community to also do and tell of what good deeds they've done, to show our students that they're not alone with this task. And here are just some of the examples of the good deeds. So in 2020, 21st, we started it as a national project. So it's in Latvian because Latvian schools joined. And in 2022, we added one international project, and then it kind of exponentially grew. In 2023, we had 4 international partners. Then in 2024, we had 5, and this year we have 13 partners who joined the project. And if you're interested in project, as I said, these are examples from the previous years, but we also started doing it this year. We already have the Good Deed Bingo game created, but we have some partners jumping in later every year because, as we said, our goal is to do as much good as we can. So the more partners we have, the more good we can do. And since we have a lot of partners, this project is very sort of elastic. We do not ask people to do things out of their comfort zone. So if they only want to accomplish and share one good deed, we're good with that. We love to see good deeds in any amount and in any countries. And I will just to give you the feel of how it looks in school and how it's connected with our learning, give you some examples. I think the first one, people from Istanbul will love. So this is one of the first good deeds that our students did in design lessons in high school. We have high school students who decided to build cat hotels. And they also managed to, because it's not that easy to actually put these hotels outdoors. You have to have arrangements with local government. They got all the permissions, and this is still standing 5 years later and available to interested cats. Okay. So we have, every year, we have a lot of students organizing. This year it's organized by our student council. We gather donations for animal shelters, and students in different groups also visit animal shelters to walk the dogs, walk the cats. This has resulted in several adoptions as well, so some reach there. We have, these examples are for nature science teachers. We had an event where we had a sick owl that had to be rescued, and our students, it was near school, it sat on the window, so they took the owl to the veterinarians, and the owl is safe now, hopefully still. We also gather acorns for our zoos because some animals really like eating acorns. And this one year we gathered 300 kilograms of acorns by involving families and students and donated it to our zoo. We have classes organize events for other classes. And here you can see a event where a class organized a Christmas fair to raise donations for Children's Fund and for school library. This is an example from our partners. Then in our school, this has also become a tradition. Our school, our teachers, our students organize a charity concert in a local church to collect donations. Every year they choose donations for different groups of people in need. So this will be the 3rd year for the charity concert, and they usually gather a few thousand euros and also things that people need. And this year they're collecting money for Children's Hospital. We have also had several events where students gathered donations, in this case for Ukraine, but also for other, we had Turkish partners where there was earthquake in Turkey, so we gathered some donations for Turkey as well. We had events for that. Getting a bit emotional because I see those things in school, so. Here you can see our students make little Christmas gifts. This is a great activity for online workshops as well. As I said, students teach each other what sort of local ornaments they make for the Christmas trees, how they have found how to package the gifts and things like that. And our students, here you can see that's my class. That's our principal. And they kind of create little gifts, and they bring the gifts to the school staff to kind of have a little nice surprise. And they do this in design lessons where they have to learn to work with paper. And they do this in also, I think there are letters here, yes, and cards. They do this in language lessons where they plan the text that they will include in the letters and the Christmas cards. And they mail the Christmas cards also to our local nursery homes, as well as the presents for seniors and also kids in need. Here you can see some examples of that. Our staff really loves this. They also help with practical work. Like this one year we had a huge snowstorm, so it was really hard to get to school. And our students took the shovels and helped. Yeah. And we do a lot of decoration. This year we started in October, so we had a Halloween decoration, a photo booth, and different sort of places decorated by students. These are Christmas trees. We do a lot of book exchange this year. We also have a game exchange corner. This is organized in school as a whole and also in classrooms. My students, before I came here, created their corner for book exchange and game exchange as well. This is a great event that also has become a tradition. So our older students in sports lessons learn how to train and how to train others. So for Christmas, for this project, they usually carry out an event for younger students where they organize different sort of sports activities for them. It is also an sort of exam for them where the sports teacher checks whether they've learned how to organize sports events. This is one of the learning goals that we have in our sports lessons. And students also clean. They do it as a surprise for our staff, so our staff doesn't have to. And they still clean, but they clean the places that I wouldn't manage to clean otherwise. So our school gets really clean up to Christmas. And this is also something that students started themselves, and they continue this year. So they help other students learn, both younger students and their classmates. When they see that someone's in difficulty, they find time and they help each other. And this is especially good because, as you know, sometimes as teachers, we have forgotten how it is not to know this. And students, they remember, they understand what can you not understand when you've been explained for the 5th time. So they can really, really pinpoint the issues and help each other understand and learn. And as you've probably seen when you have your peer teaching you, kind of feel motivated because you want to look good for them. You know, for teacher, you can say, I don't understand anything here. But if it's your classmate, you'd rather try and understand something in there. So this is my school experience. And as I said, it has resulted. This is how it started. But now we have several projects like that. We have a reading project that we did as a school-wide project where students shared the books that they read in different countries and short descriptions of the books. This year we have a project science fair where students invent things and explore things and share their inventions and share their research with other students. And we've also had a project where students create learning spaces in school. So they gather the experience from other schools and create them in our school. And we do them as a school-wide project, which means that any teacher that feels that this can be connected with their learning content can join. And we decrease the workload involved in organizing projects by having one coordinator that pulls it all together. And this has resulted in one half of our staff, we have 70 students and more than 70 teachers and more than 30 teachers have been involved in an eTwinning project in some format in the last 5 years. Thank you so much.
Thank you. There's some really lovely stories there. It was so nice to hear. Okay, we move on to our fourth and final case study story then. So we welcome Timea Valgane Vinci from Turkey. So Timea is a primary school head teacher, sociologist, and PhD student. And today she'll discuss the Cultural Rainbow Project. So this shows how international collaboration through eTwinning can also be a leadership strategy to motivate staff, encourage teamwork, and integrate new technologies. So thank you. And over to you.
So, good morning, everyone. It's a great pleasure for me to be here with you in Istanbul with so many dedicated leaders who believe, as I do, that transformation in education begins with people, with teachers, learners, and with us. As a school leader in Hungary, I would like to show you and share my eTwinning experience with you, how it helped me transform my school. Like many schools, ours faced a familiar challenge. We had talented, hardworking teachers, but many of them are very insecure about using digital tools, collaborating internationally, or teaching through projects. At the same time, our school needed to become more competitive with the region, more visible to parents and partners, and more aligned with the skills required in the 21st century, I mean communication, collaboration, and creativity. We have already discussed throughout the 3 days what leadership means in the 21st century. As Anne told us on the first day of the conference, we should apply shared leadership. So it means that we have to open and convince that eTwinning is good for our school, and we, school leaders, should support teachers doing it. So modern leadership is not just managing schools, it's about creating learning cultures. It's very challenging. School leaders must have teachers to be able to adapt the rapid digital, pedagogical, and global challenges. And just like you, I realized the urge to open something new, to open an unknown territory, and for me, it was eTwinning. My PhD research focuses on factors influencing teachers' actual teaching practices, and eTwinning became the perfect real-life laboratory for this. It has a wonderful and significant effect on classroom practices. So I wanted to see how I would help teachers move from traditional teaching to collaborative, innovative practice, and eTwinning gave us the structure to do it. Last year was the first project that I took part in. It was the Cultural Rainbow Project. The founder was a very active Turkish teacher, and the project has given a lot to me, and not just to me, to my students, to my school, and the whole community. There were 12 partners in this Cultural Rainbow projects from 10 European countries, and we were working together for 7 months. The goals, the objectives of this Cultural Rainbow project were cultural diversity, creativity, digital literacy, global citizenship, critical thinking. And we learned to use many web tools. You know, in our media-driven world, our students are professionals how to use social media platforms, but they don't know how to use different technological tools and items for learning or for improving themselves. And with this project and using this great number of tools like Canva, Book Creator, Padlet, Kahoot, Zoom, and other tools, we all learned how to use technology. All the students were involved from the very beginning. They created emojis, they created logos, field polls and research, so they learned by doing. We made many online products like e-cookbook or a digital exhibition about our traditions and sites. We wrote a poem together. We made cultural dance videos and also an online dance competition. So the project combined culture, creativity and technology and brought our teachers and students closer than ever before. So eTwinning is a very important leadership tool, I think, because leadership is about inspiration. When I took part in this project, I was the first of my staff who started it, and I saw that with inspiration and with setting a good example for our teachers, I could help my school to be improved. So instead of pushing teachers to change, I think eTwinning inspires through collaboration, and the four main tools that I would like to emphasize is that it empowers teachers to innovate throughout collaboration, build a digital and collaborative school culture which is very innovative, strengthen teamwork and professional confidence, and last but not least, connect school goals with European priorities. So here you can see what transformation really means for us. If I had to choose the main points or steps of this transformation, I would say that before the project we had limited digital competence, teachers were hesitant to use web tools, and we had low international visibility. Exactly no. So after eTwinning, teachers co-designed digital lessons, and what is very important for me is that students engaged in authentic international learning. It was a great adventure for them. They were so excited about the next activities, and they were very happy to communicate with other nations' pupils online. Maybe one of the most important results is that our school gained confidence and recognition. To be honest, in our school, a great percentage, a high percentage of students are from very problematic social background. A lot of students have special needs regarding teaching and education, and there's a high percentage of minorities. So, because the numbers are on the rise as well, there's a competition between the schools in our region to get more students and to get the most talented ones. And because of the visibility internationally and because of this eTwinning project, now the situation is different. So I should emphasize that eTwinning empowers teachers as well. Teachers became leaders of innovation in their classroom, but exactly most of the time they are hesitant to use digital innovations. Peer learning sessions and internal sharing culture developed. Moreover, digital tools became a natural part of everyday teaching. So as I mentioned before, teachers are not afraid of using web tools. And there's a reflective practice. We can connect theory and classroom reality. So as a school leader, my role shifted from supervising to enabling. As for my learners, as for my students, they learned a lot by creating, sharing, and connecting internationally, and they were very active. They were learning by doing, developed communication, intercultural, and digital skills, and they were very motivated and very creative. And to be honest, they show more respect for me, because as a digital migrant, I'm a digital migrant, I could show them new things, new technological items. I could surprise the digital natives, the digital aboriginals, my students. So it was great for me and for them as well. So they weren't just learning English, they were using it to build friendships and knowledge throughout this project. I have already talked about how this project enhanced school climate and competitiveness in my school, but I should emphasize that eTwinning boosted visibility and pride. Parents and partners could see us as a forward-looking school. And to tell the truth, at the beginning of the school year, I am always frightened how many students will move to more prestigious schools. And this was the first year, the first beginning of a school year that no students were willing to move to other more prestigious schools, and I'm convinced that it can be thanks to eTwinning project and the pride and the prestige that we get to be seen internationally. Moreover, because of our success, a renowned secondary school wants to collaborate with us in the future, and we also get national quality label. So we are very proud of it. As a school leader, I think I have learned my lesson, and transformation means a cultural mindset, not just a one-time project. What I mean about it exactly is leadership through trust. Real change begins when teachers feel trusted and supported to take risks. The second goal is collaboration over control, and eTwinning promotes shared leadership and co-responsibility. Digital confidence is also very important. Using web tools enhances both teacher and student self-efficacy. The reflection matters. Ongoing reflection connects innovation to sustain professional growth, and there's a transformation in culture as well, and it happens when collaboration and openness become daily habits, not projects. Before starting to take part in eTwinning projects, I had many questions, and I have arisen some for you to think about, because, you know, eTwinning is a bridge. Fina has also mentioned this metaphor, the bridge. For me, it's a bridge between theory, practice, and leadership. So I have already know the answers, and I hope that you all know the answers for the questions I have written. How can we use eTwinning to shape school vision? How can we sustain motivation beyond one project? And how can we link European collaboration to local strategy? And this is a quotation from an unknown author. When head teachers lead by example, schools become places of creativity, courage, and collaboration. The Cultural Rainbow Project demonstrates that eTwinning can serve as a strategic tool for educational leadership, one that bridges research and practice, pedagogy and management, local and international dimension. So as a school leader, when we lead by example, our schools become not just institutions of learning, but vibrant communities of growth and global connection. Thank you.
Okay, thanks everybody. Well, I think that concludes our case study session for this morning, and a huge thank you to all of our speakers today. I think the stories have been super inspiring, and it's been really great to hear from you. I'm sure that some of these case studies have prompted questions on your side, so just to confirm that you will have the opportunity to ask questions in the next session, so in the panel session after the break. Before we do head to the break, we'd just like to ask you not to move away immediately, because we're going to have a group photo in here. So we'll take that photo, we'll have the break, and then it will be over to the final session, the panel after the break. So thank you very much.
Welcome back. Hello. Thank you. Hope the coffee was good. Welcome back to our online audience as well. I don't know if there's more colleagues outside. No? Okay. I also know that some colleagues had to leave for some flights already. I also know that some of you will have to leave maybe in the middle of this session. It is okay. But I actually recommend that then you watch the recording afterwards. Okay? So we will, it's just the final stretch, okay? So you're almost done. Now it was the moment for your we're almost done. But we still would like to have a conversation that we call actually panel discussion. Sorry, my slide moved? Yes. That we call panel discussion. It's a very formal way of calling it, but it's going to be a conversation actually with the people that you heard just before, okay? So I actually would like to invite on stage, and just for you to understand why Fina is not here, is because she indeed has to leave for her flight, so that's why she's not here. But, as you can see there, there's a special guest for this panel discussion. Actually, I don't know if you can see that or not. So we will still have here Marco, Edith, and Timea that you heard just now. So now is the moment for you to actually ask some questions about their presentations that hopefully will also be valid to what we are going to discuss now. And there's going to be always an empty chair. So there's going to be a moment, actually 3 moments, that I will invite you, any of you, who would like to come on stage and sit with us and have the conversation with us as well. Okay, so I just want to share now the challenge. I hope that some of you take up this challenge. It is fine, it's just a conversation. And I would like now to invite on stage Marco, Edith, and Timea, please. Thank you. So we can start our conversation. We will have to share microphones, okay? So that's okay with you. So the purpose of this panel is to continue. So you've heard a lot of practices about eTwinning being a tool for transformation in leadership. And the purpose is to continue to talk about this and to go deeper into the examples that you shared with us and actually see how we can support and inspire even more the ones that are here and also the ones that are online. That actually we have quite active people online, really enjoying the conversations that we're having. So for the first round, and also just to make you a little bit more at ease, unless someone is really eager to jump on stage, I would like to start now with the empty chair, and then the next one we will call someone on stage. So I actually would like to start with you, Marco, if you don't mind. Of course, please, if you would like to add something, just grab the microphone and contribute to this. But from your perspective as a leader in your school, what does transformation leadership look like? You gave a few examples, but maybe you can elaborate a little bit more on that. Yeah.
Okay, I'm a little bit nervous now, so I was very nervous with my speech. About transformational leadership, well, it's not about dramatic speeches or charismatic personalities, I think. It's about creating conditions for our teachers, for other educators, so they can grow, they can feel respected, they can be empowered, and I think it's very important to listen to them, maybe visit their classes, see the problems, get know to the problems, and make time for conversations with them because they should be trusted and they should be trusted to create solutions for school problems. It's not always head teacher's responsibility to create solutions. So let them work, let them think. Also, they are allowed to experiment, try different approaches, and also they need to share results with other colleagues and of course with their teachers. We are doing that on our regular meetings, teacher meetings, and also on our private talks with using of, I don't know, Zoom or Teams or Google Meet application. So every week, once a time, we meet and talk about problems, possible solutions, and also we are sharing positive examples and results.
So maybe we can say that for you, transformation leadership means shared leadership.
Of course.
Yeah?
Of course,
Okay.
there is too much responsibility on head teacher, so you need to share it with others. So you can organize teams, of course, and make them take their responsibilities.
Thank you so much. I don't know if any of you would like to add to this topic. Yeah, Edith, go ahead. It's open, yeah.
It's on, yeah. So I really agree to what Marco said, and just to summarize it for me, I feel like transformation can happen when the organization has really a common goal that everybody believes in, and a plan to reach the goal that works. So this is prerequisites for having any sort of real transformation. When you have an agreement that this is what we want to reach, and you have a plan that you put in place to reach it. Thank you.
Yeah. Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, as Marco said before, I totally agree with him that school leaders should build a space, should create the opportunities for the teachers to be able to improve, to be able to be involved in the mutual goals of the school and to work together for it.
Thank you. And now is the moment. Who wants to come on stage to join us for the next question? Thank you. A brave one. You have 2 more chances, okay? Thank you, Luís. I think you've met Luís. He's one of our workshop leaders, and he's from Portugal. Thank you, Luís.
Good morning, thank you.
Good morning. So actually, let me start with you now and ask how eTwinning actually contributed to be, if contributed at all, but to accelerate the transformation in your school. I know you're a school leader for about 2 years now.
Yeah, 2.5 years, yes.
Yeah. So did it contribute to accelerate or not, and how?
It fully did, because with eTwinning it was possible to promote shared leadership, to create teams, to divide the tasks and to assign different tasks to the teachers. And in that way, it's also possible to bring transformation inside the school. Changes are all over the place, and eTwinning is a way to facilitate and to bring the change inside the school, to support our work, to support the things we are doing with the students so that the students can learn easily and in a funny way.
Thank you. Edith, you shared a lot of examples of how you shared responsibility with all your projects that you are doing in your school. And you shared exactly how eTwinning was key for that shared responsibility. Was it so hard in the beginning? Was it easy? How was the process for that?
First of all, I'd like to say that eTwinning sort of opens doors to the places that some teachers might not have imagined that they would go. Like, how can you collaborate with somebody you don't even know yet, right? But eTwinning offers both the contacts, also the format and the place to do these things. And it starts to change teachers' perspective, not only on this, but also on other things. If I could do that, maybe I can also do this. And if we manage to do this, maybe this is not so impossible. So this is, for me, the reason why I'm doing eTwinning, and I feel like every single project I learn something new, because you have different sort of problems and challenges that you have to solve, and you have different people with different experiences to share. And for our school, I told you about Good Deed Bingo, which was the first project we organized as a whole school project. We did it right after COVID, when the well-being was in focus of many, many schools at that point. So we were trying to figure out small and easy ways how we can make each other feel better in school. And this was what we came up with. And as I said, it has snowballed in other projects. Like the next year, our priority was literacy. So we had a whole school project on literacy. And the year after that, we focused on learning skills. So we had an eTwinning project that grew in Erasmus Plus project about learning skills. And it's sort of, it has become an organic part of our strategy of solving, of looking for examples, of sharing, and also creating the things that are not there that we need to do better in our schools with the priorities that we have. Somebody also asked me about the teacher involvement. So the first year in Good Deed Bingo, I established the project. I had like 3 or 4 teachers join ESEP and officially join project and everything. And then the next year, I had 10 teachers do it. And now I have 5 teachers running their own eTwinning project, because once you have an ESEP account, you've already been in a project, it doesn't seem like that big of a challenge to do the next step and have your own project, because you know, I have my ideas, and this isn't that hard. I can do this with my kids. And so it's kind of like small steps that snowball into something bigger in the end.
I like this example of whole school project. So I was talking with my colleagues who are also head teachers, and I was talking about that only 4 or 5 teachers from my school are part of eTwinning community. So I think this is a great example. How can you make them to join us, to be a part of eTwinning community, and maybe through this kind of project you can mentor them and show them all the things we do in the project, and also it will make them want to collaborate with other teachers and maybe spread the word about eTwinning inside the school.
You're giving great examples of how a school can work together as a team. You're showing that it is possible. But we know that not everything goes well, right? And that it is a challenge to engage the teachers, some teachers. Fortunately, we also have some people that are super enthusiastic in schools, and they jump immediately to a new challenge. But I don't know if you have any particular strategy that you would like to share, that you had a struggle with someone or with a group of people that actually you managed to overcome and involve. I don't know, also any of you, you with the experience of your projects, or in any other moment to create this collaborative environment. Doesn't need to be necessarily in an eTwinning project context, but in a trying to create this collaborative environment. If you had any struggle that you could share, of course, and what strategy did you use to overcome it? Yes, Timea.
Okay, I think for me it is modeling. So it was me who started it first, and I showed the teachers, if I could do it, you will be able to do it as well. And through peer learning, I can help them, I can strengthen them. I have some experience, so they are free to ask, and I can help.
Good. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. I'm having a difficulty at my school. We are working with digital handbooks, and in Portugal it has been an issue for some times with a lot of disinformation. And I had some teachers that were complaining because I completely changed the classroom. We don't have money, so we put the tables together to have islands in the classroom. So they are telling me that 28 students in that conditions, it's impossible to teach. So this year I decided to have a class. So I have a class of 28 students, and I go to that room, the smallest room in my school with the 28 students, and imagine I am surviving. So sometimes when we can, of course, when we can, and if we can give the example, it's also a good way for the community.
And I also thought about the fact that, you have to model, and I'm not making anybody do eTwinning. We're just doing it, and everybody's seeing what's happening, and they have questions, and we answer the questions.
So you're triggering the curiosity.
Sort of. And we celebrate our projects. We had a cake for eTwinning 20th birthday. I tried to make teachers who do eTwinning really visible through local social media, through our school social media. We do have some monetary rewards for teachers who complete qualitative eTwinning projects, but I don't think that's the main thing. We also congratulate them in the school events when we celebrate what we've done throughout the year. So at some point, they just want to join. They just want to try it out. They want to do it, and they feel like they have the ideas. Yeah, so I think maybe modeling is the key. So, and then that's how you grow the community, by really doing it well and showing to others what the results are.
Okay. Does anyone have any question for them? I know you're tired, but are there any questions from the online audience? Or comments? No? Yes, so we have one. Thank you.
All right, let's see what the online audience came up with. So we have a comment from Daniela, who is following the streaming, who says that distributed and shared leadership is the engine of any organization. Sharing vision and mission among all the stakeholders is the basis for change and improvement. And then she also adds that a school is meant as a learning hub, and it must be modeled on shared leadership and a common view of education. And feel teachers more confident with international collaboration. Daniela has been using cooperative groups managed by very motivated teachers who speak English and have a more open vision. Peer-to-peer strategy also helps among teachers. And yeah, these are the thoughts that are coming from Daniela.
Thank you, Alexandra. Thank you so much. Actually, that brings me to the Marco's presentation, where he mentioned that you need to teach the others to prevent the fires so we can build a vision. I really like that quote. I don't know if you took note of that quote, but I really like that point, because I believe indeed that to promote shared leadership, the school has to have a vision for that. And the vision, to pass on a vision to a group of people, it's not an easy task. That's why the investment that we are doing now on also school leaders, etc. Yes,
because there will always be problems,
Yep,
but
exactly.
It's not only your responsibility to solve it. So share responsibility, share leadership so they can grow. One day they can replace you.
Indeed. And the process of projects actually help people learn to have this shared leadership, because projects implementation is about this, it's about shared leadership as well. So it's a small step to learn then to be a stronger school, I would say. Well, now I would like to say goodbye to Luís. Thank you, Luís. And to open the floor to the next person, the next brave one. Please, not everyone at the same time. Just one. One more minute. Let's do the following. I will ask the question, and if you want to add something, you just come on stage and you add. Is that okay? Yeah? All good? Okay, no problem. So the next question that I have, or the next thought that I have, and Luís, you can come back again if you'd like. The next question, or the next topic that I would like to talk about, is how we can embed eTwinning in the school strategy. And I know that maybe some of you are actually quite recent or actually don't know eTwinning. So I would like the ones that are actually more experienced to give here some hints, some ideas of how this could be done. So I don't know who of you would like to answer, but maybe we could start with Timeo, because it seems like from your presentation you did that already. But how can actually isolated projects can become part of a school's long-term development plan?
Actually, we are working on our documents, school document plans, and we are writing a unit about it, how eTwinning could help collaboration, digital literacy, and we are going to discuss it with all the teachers together next week. And for example, we will write about that at least one project is needed in a school year, and how we could award those who take part in it as well. So it's very important to be written, and that for everyone could understand it and could follow the goals together. So it will made official.
Okay. Do you have any thoughts about this, Edith or Marco? Yeah.
We are an eTwinning school, and eTwinning activities are embedded in our school development plan for the next 3 years. And at the end of the school year, we plan the next year, so the common activities that we have in school. And we always include the eTwinning project that we have, a school-wide project idea. And this year we have 2 eTwinning projects actually included, because one eTwinning project is an introduction to a upcoming Nord Plus project that we're going to continue for the next year. So we also do have school priorities set for the next 3 years. We do sort of like a circular thing. We start with differentiation, then we go through literacy, skills, then self-directed learning, then evaluation, and then in four-year circle come back. And we always base our project ideas on the priority that we have for the certain year. So it's a very structured kind of approach. For the school-wide initiatives, of course, we do have teacher initiatives and projects that are not in the big plan, but that appear when they're ready to appear.
Okay, good. No? Okay, but I would like actually to ask the audience, you don't need to come on stage, you can talk from where you are. If you have any example of how eTwinning has actually influenced the curriculum, or the professional development, or even the type of partnerships your schools promote. Does any of you have any example to share?
I'll bring the microphone, don't be afraid. Help
And the
us.
chairs are very comfortable,
Yes.
honestly.
We have no examples? You do? Marco, would you like to give any example of how this
Okay.
could?
Okay.
Thank
so
you.
I'm going to help you.
Yes, thank
So,
you.
It's important to embed eTwinning in your official documents, like school curriculum or annual plans. So Edith was talking about that. eTwinning has to be recognized as a long-term strategy for collaboration and other activities. So please, if you aren't yet a part of eTwinning community as head teachers, make your profile, join us, and take part in eTwinning projects as head teachers. We are talking about setting an example. If you don't have teachers involved in eTwinning, maybe you can be the first one to set an example for them.
Yeah, thank you, Marco. And yeah,
Ruth, can I add?
Yeah, sure.
Because Marco said something really important. eTwinning is also a community. For me, myself, I've had cases where I don't know which sort of tool to choose or how to solve some issues. And I've had a lot of cases where eTwinning teachers have helped me with solving the issues that I have, even outside of eTwinning in other initiatives like eco schools, because a lot of people who do eTwinning are active in other projects, initiatives as well. And another thing for us after COVID, for our school, we had to start from ground zero, as I think many, in building our international relationships. And eTwinning was amazing for that. The Erasmus Plus projects that we do, they're all with the partners that we met through eTwinning. So this is also something that's very beneficial if you are active eTwinner.
Okay, I agree with Edith, because TwinSpace is the place where we teachers work together, learn together, think together, and plan together. So there is always somebody who helps if I don't know anything. So it's the right place of helping each other and collaboration.
Maybe, oh, there's someone? Okay, great. Yes, Alexandra.
Yes, hello. I would also like to add the fact that eTwinning also, a former eTwinning project from last year was the starting point for a Jean Monnet, which is implemented currently in our school. And the mobilities included in the Jean Monnet are related to the former partners from eTwinning. So if you are planning to write Erasmus projects, having partnerships from eTwinning is really relevant to the evaluators, and it adds value to the project. And eTwinning is not also about project, but is also about professional development, and you can organize study groups in your sorry, I'm nervous, in your schools. You can add colleagues and attend an online course together, support each other or one another, and get a certificate in the end and implement actually the activities in school afterwards. This is a practice which helps you in the future, and it's really relevant to the school, and students are engaged also. So,
Thank you.
yes, thank you.
Indeed, I was going to mention the professional development, which sometimes maybe as head teachers, you may struggle to find opportunities, and we do provide many, many opportunities, open. You don't need to be registered in eTwinning to be part of that offer. We have long courses, short courses, podcasts, webinars, everything for free. So actually, eTwinning can support the professional development of your staff and your own professional development. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I want to continue on that thought you said, because it's really important in small rural schools, because there is not lots of opportunities for professional development. So eTwinning and whatever are you doing, courses and other things, there are great opportunities for your teachers to develop and grow in way of teaching.
Yes.
And maybe just to add, I have had a lot of my teachers take part in eTwinning professional development activities, and the feedback is really good because the content that we have is topical, it's engaging, it's from the perspective of experience. There's a lot of effort put into making the content relevant, and there's also groundbreaking things like we have in Latvia these professional development events where teachers go to the events together with their students, and the students plan the project and teachers support them. So this is also something that my school has been involved for in several years, and it's something really qualitative that you can offer your teachers.
Yes, and maybe I would like to leave the challenge for you to actually have a conversation with your national support organizations, because what I'm talking about is just what we can offer at European level. But I know that a lot is happening at national level, and you should definitely talk to them and see how they can support you through the ambassadors or through their team. So, and you had the chance actually to meet some national support organizations present here in this event, but definitely when you go back to school on Monday, or I don't know if you're taking some days off, but when you go back home, you should definitely reach out to them and see how the cooperation with them also can be strengthened. I'm sure, and I have here some so nodding, yes, I'm sure they will be super, super happy to support and to help you out. So I'm not going to invite again someone on stage, unless, please, if you really want to, just come, no problem at all, or just do as our colleague and raise your hand, and my colleague Alexandra will give you the microphone. But to close our conversation, I would like to just to reflect a little bit on this last topic, the future of leadership and European cooperation. So, and again, any of you could start this part. Looking ahead, how do you see the role of the school leaders evolving in strengthening also the European cooperation, either through eTwinning or beyond?
I think we should be like connectors. We should connect our school in the circulation of Europe, of the European community of eTwinning and Erasmus, because it's a great adventure and a huge opportunity for us. As you know, we have already discussed it for 3 days. And I think the best advice that I can give you about it is that start small, but start with people. Start with your teachers.
Thank you.
So as I said before, in the end of my speech, we need more visionary head teachers. So share responsibilities, share leadership, so you have enough time to think out of the box, to bring new ideas to the school, new approaches to leadership, because we really need that kind of people. We are also having troubles with the people who want to become head teachers, because from the perspective of teachers, that sometimes looks very tough, very heavy. So lead by example, show them how the sharing of responsibilities and sharing of leadership can be successful, and I think that's the future of our workplace.
Yeah. Would you like to add? Yeah.
Our world is getting globalized. We are facing issues that are more complex than ever before, and a lot of you mentioned in different formats the problems that you're struggling with. I think we can agree that many of these problems cannot be solved on an individual or organizational or maybe even national level. And the international collaboration, real, thoughtful collaboration, has the key to solving these issues. That's probably the only way we can do this, to succeed looking forward. And when I think about eTwinning, Erasmus Plus, and the school role in educating our kids to be really successful citizens of the globalized world, having this aspect of international collaboration during their education is crucial for them to be able to be successful after school. So modeling, teaching, showing, giving them the experience that they can build upon can really be very important for them to be successful, because let's face it, already now a lot of people work in international teams and international companies, and most probably this trend is only going to increase. So even bigger percentage of our students will work in international teams, and having the skills and maybe good grounds for them to build upon is very important for them to really be successful in their futures.
Thank you so much. I don't know if there's anyone with some comments, some questions. Give a moment to scan the room with my eyes. Okay. So there's no questions, no comments. I know everyone is very tired by now, I understand. Therefore, I would like to close by asking if you would have to summarize in one word. It's a hard question, I would say. In one word or, okay, one sentence. A message to give to the new leaders joining eTwinning community today. What would that message be? Actually, we do have a few in the room, so what would you say to them?
Be persistent.
Don't
give up. Don't give up.
Don't give up. Thank you. What about you?
As I mentioned in my presentation, be the bridge.
I'd say you're not alone.
Be persistent, don't give up, be the bridge, and you're not alone. I think it's a nice message to close the conversation. Well, I think it was a nice reflection to close our event. We had very full days these days. I've heard some feedback from you. I think it was fruitful, at least I believe, to the ones that I talked to. It was a fruitful event and full of inspiration and new ideas. I think if I had to summarize some 3 takeaways of this conversation and also from the event, is that leadership is about empowering others, not doing it alone. That was one of the reflections that I had. That eTwinning supports a transformation through collaboration and recognition in a formal, but also in an informal way, because recognition doesn't come always in a certificate format. Sometimes it comes in the form of a cake. Okay, can be a cake. Thank you notes. Yes, a flower that I got just now. So yes, indeed. Recognition comes in many forms and not just as a certificate. And I think eTwinning can provide that too. And yeah, and every project can be a seed for a whole school change. And we saw that through the many examples that we heard this morning. And thank you so much again for sharing, for being brave and being here with me. Please, another applause to them so we can continue. Well, and now it's the moment to close, and I'm going to move here just so you can move your heads here, okay? just to be in a different spot. But I would like just to close. Of course, I couldn't close the event without thanking everyone. First and foremost, the whole team that was involved in the building of the content of this event. I'm sure you know that there's a lot behind the scenes that happens to make everything go smoothly. And I had a big team behind me, my colleague Kira Drost, who's actually not here, but also the colleagues that are here, Alexandra, Nicola, Veronica, and Laura. Big applause to them, please. Also, as we said in the first day, the national support organization in Turkey. So Zuhal is still here. Aisha had to leave, but the whole team, also Challa, also supported a lot. They kindly provided the guides yesterday so we could have some fun, and also provided the networking moment for us, and also the contribution with the suggestions of keynote speaker, yes, and the workshop leaders. So thank you so much again for your cooperation. But lastly, I would like actually to, not lastly, sorry. It's not the last. I would also like to thank the online audience that were there. Actually, we were a little bit surprised because we have a quite a time zone difference, and we have people from Iceland and from Portugal watching. It's 3 hours difference, so they are on a Saturday morning at 6 a.m. in their country, actually here with us. So it's, I think, also a very nice signal that it was valuable and fruitful for them as well. So I also would like to thank them. And actually, last, I would like to thank all of you. Because although we can prepare a nice program, if you are not willing to engage, if you are not willing to learn, the event doesn't happen as successfully as we hope. So I would really like to thank you, all of you, for being committed, for taking your time to be here, and to be engaged in the discussions and to being willing to learn from each other. So a big applause to you. And I'm looking to my colleague because I would like to say goodbye to the online audience.